Hi, it's Lydia and I'm back to show out the Inventor's Archive. This is the Google site that I've been working on creating. So Google Sites is my main tool for this project. If you haven't been keeping up or haven't seen any of my stuff yet before, there are two sites that are part of this project. So there's the actual Inventor's Archive and then there is the Inventor's Archive Teacher Edition. The Teacher Edition is where I'm storing things for the more educational aspect of this project, so my lesson plans, any research, my iteration, and then you can also access the archive from here. But then the Inventor's Archive is where I am going to be creating a space for my students to use. I am the program director for our VEX IQ robotics, and actually all of our VEX robotics, but I'm specifically using our IQ as an example because I feel that this is going to get used the most with IQ right now. If you're not familiar with VEX Robotics, oh, I thought I had a tab pulled up on that page. They have kits, and your kits typically come with pretty uniform pieces, and those pieces all have a purpose. Now, the specific IQ kits that we have over 1,500 pieces, with the assumption that some of those are multiple. You know, there's 50 pins, 60 of this, but there are, I counted 92 different pieces, like different functioning pieces. And that's a lot. I've had to teach, this is all self-taught, the robotics world is very self-taught. So I've had to teach myself a lot about that. But with that being said, I want to show you some of the things I've done to make my life a better place in this. My biggest thing was figuring out a search bar, and turns out that Google actually has one integrated. Now, I also wanted to work on like submenus. You can see up here right now, we're just hanging out on the home page. I need to put some more stuff on it. But if I click on my VEX IQ tab, I can put a blurb about IQ, but then I also was able to learn how to do subpages. I've broken it into two things, which I will show you momentarily. The main intention is going to be to have video clips, myself recorded, talking about the pieces in the kit, what is kind of like the main, a gear, what would you use a gear for? This is how an example, or this is the motor. Don't forget that when you use a motor, you have to insert a shaft pin. Or this is the VEX pliers tool. This is what you use the three parts of the pliers to do and how they function. A little bit of bad planning on my part. I had arranged to take home a kit this past Friday so I could do all my recording this weekend. Unfortunately, we were not in school Friday due to pretty severe flash flooding in the area. So I'm hoping to catch up on all of that tomorrow, but I went through and I have done everything that I feel I would need for my searching to be successful. So I'm going to come over here first to my IQ education page, and when you click on the main education homepage, I have a reminder. So the archive is divided into sections from these part sheets. And there are also many, many printouts and even a giant poster of this part sheet on my wall in my classroom so students can look at it big, up close. I know it looks a little bit blurry here, but they can open it up too. And each part has a name and a serial number, and I have inputted all of those into the sections so that when we go to use the search feature, we can find them. So here, as you can see, this is the main section of the education kit. It's got quite a few sections, and I went ahead and broke those sections down. So first we're going to go over to, I'm not going to show you all of them because they're pretty similar, beams and plates. So in beams and plates, I put a reminder, these are the names and part numbers for all the parts in this section. They are then listed. The number out front in the parentheses is how many comes in the kit, and then there is a 1x2 beam. And the serial number, which all of the VEX IQ parts start with 228 to 500, and then they are dash something, which in that dash something is what's going to be important for us. So if my students open this up, it will take them to the VEX website. They can take a look around at the product if they want to see the product on their site for some reason. And I have them numbered 1 through 30. in this section. So let's let me show you how our search function works. So let's go ahead and use this 1x2 beam. So if I come up here to search and I type in 1x2 beam and I click enter, it's going to bring me to IQ beams and plates. It's going to show me that it has the 1x2 beam in here, and I can bring it up. Or if I was looking at my parts poster and I know that I'm looking for my 1x2 beam and I want its part 001, you could type in the prefix, but we don't have to in this case. So I'm going to type in 001, and it's going to bring me, so it's going to show me two things. There are two VAX parts, IQ parts that end in 001, so there is an electronic part and a beam part. I know that I'm not looking for an electronic piece, so I'm going to go ahead and click on my beam, and it will bring me to this page. My goal when I have my recorded videos is to put them on this page as well. So this information is all going to get pushed to the bottom. This is honestly more for the search function to get students to the right place to view information about it. I will probably break up each section into like 3 or 4 videos because, example, for in here there are beams and plates. So for my folks that are not familiar with the kits, this is what I'm talking about right now, is beams and plates, so these long bars and big flat plates. I will probably divide this into 1 to 2 sections. Now there are some things that cross-list, which is a word that I'm going to have to teach my students, but I think it's an important word to know. So let's, for example, use our 48 tooth gear. I know for a fact that that cross-lists. So IQ has their education kit, and then they also have an extender kit called the competition kit. We are lucky enough to have those because we are a competitive program. Now, if I come over here to IQ competition gears, there are some gears that are not in the education kit, some pieces, but there are also cross-list because it has some 48 tooth gears. It has some additional. Which you can see here, because once again, I put the parts poster up. So we have the same first page, but then this is the second page where we get into some extra stuff. So here's our 48 tooth gear again. I know it's a little blurry, I apologize. So for example, if I go home and I want my 48 tooth gear, I have a printout here. I've been using it to sort and type everything. So the serial number for 48 tooth gear is 228. If I type that in, it's going to bring it up. Oh, that's inconvenient. This was a bad example to pick. Because that is also the prefix for, so let's try this again. There we go. Now that I've typed in the full serial number, I get my 48 tooth gear in 2 places. So both IQ gears and competition gears. I will be explaining in the tour video that I plan on putting on the homepage that if it comes up for both IQ and gears and competition gears, go ahead and click on the original gears, because I'm not going to explain twice to save myself some breath. So if they want the video information about the 48 tooth gear, they would come here to the original. Or let's pick a piece that would only be in the competition kit. Let's look at a cam, which is 1306. That only comes up in IQ competition cams. So I'd click on that and there would be a video here for them with the full information. I'm hoping by next week when we're sharing our updated progress, I will have all the videos in. It will be up running live, and I'm hoping to even get a student to try it out for me at the end of the week here. But Google Sites has been an awesome tool for me. I've used it mainly as a portfolio housing in my professional life, but I'm excited to begin using it as a teaching tool to make things exactly how I want and exactly how I need. And because it's 100% free and it integrates with Google, which is what a lot of schools and platforms use. I do have a small disclaimer. Down here I was advised by my technology department at my school when I had asked to check out a robotics kit. I explained what I was doing, and he said, make sure, one, that you make this project in a non-school owned Google Drive so that the school cannot try to reclaim it as their own work. Some districts have that as a policy. And 2, make sure that you clearly state that all work belongs to you, and putting a original contact email on there as well. So that's what I've done, and you'll see that's a footer on all of my pages. I'm excited to see this archive grow. This is actually one of my projects that I plan on continuing working on past this class and probably even past grad school, because we as a school have the full VEX continuum. So 1, 2, 3, go, IQ, and V5. And I will be making these sections for each of these things. And it is a bit daunting, but I think it's important because my goal is for this to be a resource not only for students, but for other teachers in the building as well, as we begin to make robotics kind of a cross-curricular project and adventure. So that is my archive update for now, and I hope to have more to share with you soon.